Hey guys, first Guardsman here, and today I want to talk about the cosmetic unlocks in Space Marine 2 and the upcoming cosmetic overhaul in patch 10.0 and why FOMO slash Twitch drops kind of suck. Now, one of the biggest questions I get in this game pretty much all the time is where do I get some of these cosmetic unlocks? Stuff like the Sergeant Matoris breastplate here is exclusive to a Twitch drop. Now, before they actually gave us this community update, I was going to make a very different video talking about why FOMO is horrendous outright, but they've actually said that this will no longer be an exclusive Twitch drop. You will be able to unlock these in-game as of patch 10.0 with a new currency or something in a new store. So basically, the data vault section will be overhauled. There'll be a new reward section where you can basically purchase whatever you want from the store here for these cosmetic FOMO events. I think this is a great update because, let's be real, one of the biggest reasons to play Space Marine 2 is for cosmetics. Now, Space Marine 2 is a pretty good looking game, and on top of that, it is a third-person game, which means you can see your Space Marine at all times during gameplay, especially during the lengthy execution animations. And I would go as far to say that it is a fundamental aspect of 40k what the characters look like. A huge portion of why people get into a certain army or faction is because of the look of the character models, and especially for Space Marines that are absolutely the poster boys of 40k period, these guys have a truly staggering amount of heraldry sheets, armor types, like designations for stuff like Terminators, Chaplains, and that kind of thing, Primaris versus Firstborn, and all of these have ridiculous amounts of cosmetic potential in a 40k game like this, even though we are playing as Primaris here. But I also want to say that there is a further aspect they could take this to with things like titles like Darktide has and stuff like that. Darktide has a pretty amazing penance system that I do hope that this game is able to learn from at some point. I would like to see titles in Space Marine 2, and it looks like they are looking into overhauling the cosmetics in this update. I doubt it will be perfect. They are moving around things from the champion skins, like the Black Templar one, I assume, or the Dark Angel skin will be allowed to move pieces from this armor piece onto stuff like the Assault that they showed in the community update. That is all well and good, but I just want to say that titles, having a long-term title unlock system like Darktide has, or like borders for your characters, would be pretty interesting. There are a lot of very simple things that Saber could do to make the cosmetic unlocks in Space Marine 2 feel better, on top of not being too hard for them to actually implement. So titles, I think, are just the most basic way to do that. Now, something else I wanted to mention here beyond the championship packs being able to be mixed and matched is that the Chaos Armor Pack will be coming to PvP here. They say the Chaos Armor Pack is coming for free. You'll finally be able to change the armor set of your Heretic Astartes in PvP, but you'll have to unlock the set first. Each class will require you to score a certain amount of kills per match to unlock the corresponding skin. I actually like this idea a lot. I really hope these also come to PvE because I'm a huge Night Lords and Black Legion fan. If I'm able to play those in operations on top of PvP, that would be awesome. I don't mind if the prerequisite for these remains getting kills in the PvP mode, because I think having an overlap between the PvE and PvP would not be a bad thing at all. It's already kind of like that in the base game, where you basically have it so you can unlock your operatives outfits by playing the PvP matches and winning, or the operations and winning. And if they do something similar like that for these guys, I think that'd be pretty damn awesome. And hopefully Games Workshop doesn't hold them back from this, because a lot of people bring up the fact that there's no way that you'd be able to play as a Heretic Legion in the actual operations because you're supposed to be loyalist Astartes, but we're kind of already past that. You can already play as completely non-canon chapters here, not non-canon chapters, but non-canon to the Space Marine 2 campaign chapters, like a Salamander in place of an Ultramarine, and you also play as the pre-Horus Heresy versions of a lot of these guys. So I hope that they actually just go all the way in and just let you play as a Night Lord in operations, or a Black Legion guy, or a Death Guard. That would be really cool, and I think it would add a lot of customization options to this game anyways. And I already see half the people I play with as Sniper playing as the Alpha Legion regardless. So if they just lifted the restrictions on those, that'd be pretty epic. And as much as I do like the PvP in Space Marine 2, the content is pretty terrible. There's not a huge player base around it, and having these exclusively limited to that mode would be pretty lame, at least for me. Now, some other things I wanted to touch on here that I didn't talk about in the original August community update post is the stuff with the Black Templars Champion Pack and the Imperial Fist stuff. We are in the age of Rogel Dorn here. These are all Rogel Dorn successor chapters, basically, Black Templars included, and Black Templars are one of the most popular chapters in all of 40k. These guys have a stupid amount of Marines around them. If you're unaware, because the Black Templars constantly go on crusades, there's kind of like a workaround for the 1,000 Astartes limit in a chapter, and these guys just have a stupid amount because they constantly go on crusades, and they're kind of zealots. They're pretty interesting, pretty fucking insane if we're being honest, but you know, hey, nobody ever said the Black Templars are normal. But as far as other cosmetics go, I do want to talk about the year 2 battle plan they have here, because we have a guarantee of Black Templars, Imperial Fist, Blood Angels, Salamanders, Raven Guard, and Carcharodons, and Iron Hands on top of one redacted champion pack and a Raptors cosmetic pack. Now, the champion pack I want to talk about here is with the redacted one is I think these guys are probably going to be Blood Ravens potentially, because Blood Ravens might be coming out around the time of Dawn of War 4. Don't quote me on this because I've actually checked the Dawn of War release date, but if Dawn of War 4 comes around like quarter 2 of 2026, or somewhere around there, or at least like more information comes out for them, Blood Ravens might have a lot more heraldry than they do now, because it's been quite a while since we had any Dawn of War game. And if it's not like the Dawn of War guys, I hope it's like Retributors or something. I just wanted to make that known because a lot of people love Retributors. They love Blood Ravens. Blood Ravens are going to be huge when Dawn of War 4 comes out. And if they're hiding that because they don't want to tell people about the Blood Ravens, or they were hiding this because they didn't know what like the initial release was going to be for the the reveal trailers for Dawn of War 4, or maybe that's the plan. Either way, I'm really interested to see why they had this one redacted. It could be an all new Space Marine chapter. You never know. If they release it like within the Space Marine update, that'd be pretty fucking cool. I kind of doubt that Games Workshop would go that far, but this is one of Games Workshop's premier games, so who knows. As far as other options go, I am interested to see that the full Phobos helmet finally come to Space Marine 2. If you're unaware, Space Marine 2 has had the most cursed Phobos helmet forever. Phobos helmets being the light armor Primaris Marines wear, especially for like, these Vanguard guys in this game, and Vanguard has had like a bunch of half helmet designs for the longest time. It looks like they may be working with the Astartes Overhaul guys, or at least taking inspiration from them to have things like this, though we have heard about a Phobos helmet before. So if you know anything about this, let me know in the comments below. And overall, I do like the Space Wolf outfit here he's got going, but having the cursed Phobos helmets in the game for so long was pretty horrific, and I'm glad we're finally addressing that. Now, that is pretty much all I want to talk about for the cosmetics in this game. I am really looking forward to this champion pack. I think this looks like the single best champion DLC in the game so far, and let me know what you guys think about Black Templars below. Black Templars being one of the most popular Space Marine chapters, like I mentioned before, though personally I'm a bigger fan of Imperial Fist, like flat out, and the Celestial Lions that are upcoming, and the Crimson Fist, but like hopefully we'll get to see basically every single successor chapter. Now, the final thing I want to mention here is that Twitch drops will be returning. I know guys, FOMO events do kind of suck. These ones do look pretty cool. Maybe not the Mark X skull breastplate that is literally just the other skull breastplate we had, just one skull instead of 3. The Porphyr Power Axe skin looks pretty neat, but I'm really looking forward to the Mark X Pristine Aquila breastplate, because this one does look a lot like Titus's chest piece in the campaign, and I do like the Titus outfit quite a bit, even though it is kind of vanilla. But I guess we really are just talking about like what is your favorite flavor of ice cream for Space Marine chapters in this video. And speaking of that, what is your favorite Space Marine chapter, guys? What are you looking forward to most for cosmetics in the upcoming updates? And that's pretty much all there is from me in this video. Take it easy. If you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.